Hello everyone and welcome back to Tree of Life Tarot. This is your reading for, this came out together. This is the reading, excuse me, for Wednesday, good Lord. Wednesday, March 25th. But of course, tarot is timeless, so I trust that whenever this reading finds you, there is a message in it for you. So let's get started. We have, and for those who have not seen this before, normally there are two cards up here. This is a format that Spirit gave to me a while back, where we pull two cards for the overall theme and message of the day, and then 5 cards for the story and 5 more additional for clarification. Now, these two came out together, the 9 and the 10 of Wands with the Death card. So there are 3 cards, but these ones are sort of being read as one. This is a lot of difficult energy right here. Not gonna lie. This is a bit heavy. But there is some good news to this, which is we are towards the end of a cycle of transformation. Death card is that death and rebirth. It is another one of those cards of alchemy, of transforming lead into gold. And so metaphorically, however that resonates, lead being the heavier, dense, low vibrational, difficult, stuck energy into gold, which is the bright, malleable, valuable, shiny and beautiful substance. And shiny and beautiful, I don't mean that in a shallow way. I mean that in a high vibrational, glorious kind of way. But we are still here dealing with 9 of Wands. So 9 of Wands, I'll just tell the meanings here. That is often depicted as the wounded warrior, and I actually love the depiction of this card in this particular deck. This is the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Duggan, for anyone who is interested in finding it. And this is not so much a wounded warrior. This is an empowered warrior who is standing her ground. She has won all of these wands through her hard-won efforts, through battles she has faced, and now she is skilled and prepared to defend what she has done. So this is a card of, the word mastery is coming to mind, which is not normally a word I would associate with this card, but in this particular case, she has trained. She is not yet a master, I would say, but this is a highly advanced, highly skilled being who has been through it and is now confident in defending what is hers. And then here we have the 10 of Wands. So almost home. And that is probably a big theme here. Almost home. The sun is rising here behind her. The castle is in sight. There's a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel feel here. However, we are not out of the transformation yet. And this is really saying, keep going. That's really what this is all saying right here. Keep going. It may still be tough right now. Stand your ground with all of the work that you have done to get to this point. Keep going. We're almost there, but we're not out of it yet. This is not the time to sit down and quit because the transformation is still underway. So look at this 9 of Wands energy. Take on that energy for yourself and keep going. You have made it this far. Do not stop now. The transformation is underway. The alchemy is in progress. So that's practically a whole message right there. So let's get our next 5 cards. I'm being told to shuffle one more time. Let's see what else they have to say. But what I'm saying with this message is keep going. Keep fighting the good fight. Do not stop. I'm gonna cut this. Might not be easy, but we're on the way. Ace of Cups. Six of Cups. I was seeing that one quite a bit in the pre-shuffle. Queen of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Whoa, card's dropping. Ooh, Eight of Cups. I'm being told one more for the Eight of Cups. That's not one more. Okay, no, we're gonna wait for the clarifiers. Oh, bottom of the deck, the Lovers. So, put that here so you can see it. Lovers on the bottom of the deck could speak to a couple of things. There is some relationship energy in this with the Ace of Cups, Six of Cups. Six of Cups being a card of nostalgia, Ace of Cups being a card of new beginnings with the heart, and of course the Lovers. But the Lovers can also mean a decision. It can also mean a coming together of the masculine and feminine energies. So we're gonna have to see what else wants to be said here. So let me take a moment with these cards. Remembering where she came from and what nurtured her and what helped this queen get here onto this throne with this pentacle in her queendom with rulership of her surroundings is what's going to guide the journey forward. Ace of Cups here, I'm actually getting, because this comes out with the Six of Cups, this is an emotional new beginning in the present, but it also speaks to remembering what has filled and overflowed your cup in the past and reconnecting with that in order to bring this Ace of Cups forward now in the present. And what I'm getting here is a sense of your truth has always been within you all along. It came with you into this world. It is not something that you have to go find somewhere out there in the world. It already exists. Your cup that overflows out into this world, it's already within you and has been all along. When we are in more of that childlike state, we tend to be more connected to that inner fountain, that inner wellspring, that place of source, and I mean source in the sort of God, divine, source of all that is. There's the cosmic source, and then there's that inner spark, inner source that is within us that makes us a singular expression of source and that corresponds with all that is. But anyways, that was a convoluted way of saying that source is within you, is unique to you, connects you to all that is, but is what helps you become the you that your deepest self desires to be in this lifetime. And this queen here is that expression. Pentacles, we're talking about manifest reality, the 3D tangible world. She is that source manifest in this world from being in tune with, here she's in harmony with all of nature, but she arrived here by being in tune with that deepest source within herself and is expressing, this is the outward expression of that deepest source. And so the advice, if you will, here, or the story for the day is maybe doing some inner child work, looking back into what was there previously that made you feel alive when you were a child, that guided your decisions before the world told you what decisions you should be making. And that will help. Now, I just want to name this, if this speaks to you, that there could be a sense of a new beginning with someone from your past. Six of Cups can be a soulmate, and lovers here could point to romantic, but doesn't have to be. It could be someone who helps connect you to that aspect of yourself, or someone just from your past who brings that quality of fulfillment and soul alignment to you in the present. So that's there if that resonates, but the stronger message here is, because I'm getting this is you. So going on here to the Two of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So what's interesting here is we have two cards of change. And the Two of Cups is sort of about, it's about balance, it's about that flow, it's about decision making and all that. But here I am getting this as a bit of change. Having come into this alignment, there's now a sense of two demands, two realities happening at the same time. And what I'm getting here is a bit of a caught between, because what's unique about this Eight of Cups card in this particular deck that is not in the original Rider-Waite, we have the 8 cups here that she's walking away from, but we have the 8 stars here that she's walking towards. And these cups, you could say they're not full, but I would say they're just not fulfilling at this point. And this is the promise of fulfillment of dreams that guide the way. And so there is, and I'm coming back now up here to what we opened with, our Death and our 9 of Wands and our 10 of Wands. There is a sense of the journey here, of being still in that journey. We are in between here. We have not completely completed the cycle. So 2 of Pentacles is as we are, because we are midway here through the journey. Midway, let's say 3/4 of the way. We are in the 9 and 10 zone here, so we're not in the middle, but we're not out of it. So our Queen of Pentacles here, having already been bringing this new energy forward, this new flow in, we still have the reality that we're stepping into and the reality that we are still enmeshed in to balance. So there may be practical concerns, like if this is, for example, there is the career calling of your heart that you desire to live into and to bring to the center, and there is a day job perhaps that you would really love to be free from. But we're not yet at the point of being able to completely let go of the things we need to have that stability and security to fuel our journey forward. And so there's a bit of a dance. There's a bit of how do we balance these energies as we move forward in this journey. Now, this energy of the past, this clarity about what the source of your wellspring or what flows from your wellspring that is the fulfillment, there is a clear desire here and impetus to, and again, back to this, to be in the process of walking away from what has been, what has not been fulfilling. And this, again, I think the message was pretty clear with these opening cards. It's keep going. It really is keep going, because this dance is difficult, and this dance may not go away immediately, but we are to continue the journey. We are to continue the journey. So this queen, you know, and leave the gender aside for a minute, she is just outranked here by the king. And maybe that's the energy we're trying to get to, the king who is fully established and has the ultimate kind of rulership in the manifestation of his own abundance. So, to reiterate, I think I'm being redundant here, but this Ace of Cups, this tapping into that inner wellspring and remembering, you know, what the passions of the childhood are that are come from the authentic place, are now causing an imbalance and a juggling as it's starting to come more into fruition. But so keep going. Got to keep going. Okay. Let's find some clarifiers here. See if there's anything else Tara would like to say. Well, that's hardly surprising. Okay. We've got Ace of Wands here and the Knight of Wands. So, look, more wands already. I know that's the Fool, but he's carrying that, you know, the stick that has his little satchel on it can also be considered a wand. So we have, and there's our Lovers, so that did want to come out. And finally, Eight of Wands. So, bottom of the deck, Five of Cups, and the read I'm immediately getting from this Five of Cups is, let's cover her up in case YouTube decides to be precious. There's some exhaustion. That's what I'm getting from this card. There's exhaustion. You know, we get to any point in life when we've lived enough that things don't work out. There are some things that haven't worked out, but always, and it's so easy to say and so hard, the sun is right underneath that. But again, easy to say, hard to remember, but remains true. Things often don't work out in a way to set us up better. And this can be that feeling of, you know, the thing that the way you thought it should be didn't come together, but there are still two cups here. The game isn't over. And there can be exhaustion, and there can be that disappointment, and there can be that sense, again, of that limbo that we're seeing throughout this reading. But those two cups remain. So if you are feeling that exhaustion of the journey, and that disappointment, and that just feeling like, how am I going to carry on? That's just validating that. This card always points to those two cups that are still standing. So, now, so much energy in this bottom row. So much energy. The Fool, and this Fool underneath the Ace of Cups, and coming after sequentially of the Eight of Cups, ready, really ready to live into this new chapter, ready to set out on this new journey. And with that childlike energy coming in with the Six of Cups, it just enlivens this new start, this new beginning, this, we're just going to go and see what happens. Once we break out of this Five of Cups, and breaking out of the Five of Cups, it's not like flipping a switch. It's sometimes just slowly getting yourself to take the next step, even though you don't want to, that sets things into motion. And here we have the Fool, which is just validating that we are set with, it is time to set off on the new. So take those baby steps. Ace of Wands. I know this is a fire card, but the wind is at your back. The energy is there to animate this. Knight of Wands. And I love this I love this deck so much. I've probably already said that a few times. I just love, there are these minor tweaks to how these cards are represented in the illustrations that just, they give it an extra layer for me. Often the Knight of Wands is shown as being very impulsive, but here he gives very Six of Wands vibe in his sort of victoriousness. He's rushing in, but inspired, not impulsive. That's what I want to say there. Inspired, not impulsive. The Fool, again, has that inspiration of this bright new energy. And so we're moving quickly. We're moving quickly here. The Lovers and Eight of Wands. So this is interesting what I'm seeing here with this last set. So if you'll notice, the Lovers beneath the Two of Pentacles here, balancing card, balancing card. We have the feminine and the masculine here, and then we have the two eights that we end with. So again, the Lovers, this could be a relationship matter. And if it is, because we have the Eight of Wands here, I am seeing incoming communication, incoming activity. This is, you know, in this reading still, this is the card that represents the viewer the most. This is sort of where the viewer is headed towards, is working with. This feels like incoming energy to me. And this is, let me just feel this for a moment. I'm getting this as someone coming in. Now, this could be a romantic interest with the Lovers here. Take it as it resonates. But what I'm getting more of here is, this is almost like a facilitating energy. It's someone, it's the Knight coming in to help with the next stage of things, is bringing this energy in with his wands. And this could be someone who pops in at your job, who just helps bring a project over the line. This could be someone that just pops into your life and brings that fresh energy that maybe makes a connection for you. But this is an incoming energy, again with the Eight of Wands here, that is helping and assisting. So the question to ask with all of this throughout the day is, where is this, where are you feeling that energy coming in? Is there a person, is there a new connection that has entered that is helping bring fresh life, bring new information? I'm getting some new information from this Eight of Wands here. And the Lovers speaks to a partnership and a decision. So once this fresh energy comes in, a clear decision can be made that sort of brings things into a balance that allows quick movement to go forward. If this is a relationship matter, this could be someone coming in with communication to restore harmony in the relationship. But again, this is a general reading more than a love reading, but if you are resonating with this and there is a love matter at play, then that message is for you. But otherwise, in a general sense, be alert to where this energy is coming in, how it's helping to make a decision that is allowing things to move quickly. And what's coming to me that I want to just bring forward right now in case this is for someone, we spend so much time weighing our options, and we spend so much time discerning what is the right path, which is important, and I'm not denying that at all. Because getting into that place of inner alignment that helps the right choice become clear is important. And then there reaches a point where you've ruminated, you've prayed, you've begged for the guidance. And then you just have to take the step. You just have to take the step and trust that whatever step you take, the divine is going to act with you. For every step you take, the divine takes 100 more towards you, for you. And also trust, if anyone needs to hear this, that if you have made, again, there are no wrong decisions. But if it is a decision that might not be in alignment, if it feels like the wrong decision to you, trust that the divine is still here to correct that. You know, I have said a prayer at times where I've said to, I say God, whatever, however that resonates for you. If this is what I am going to do, if this is the wrong choice, stop me. And that has worked. I have been redirected when I've needed to be redirected. So trust that you can act, you can move forward. And there is, I heard this last week, may the divine assistance be always with us. And it is. So whatever action you need to take, trust that you are being matched and supported. Look at our little angel here. Not our little angel, our big angel here. You are being supported. Your steps will be guided. They will be corrected as needed. And even our Five of Cups here reminds an important lesson that sometimes things don't work out in order for other things to work out. So trust the process. Okay, I'm going to leave that here. I hope this has served you, and I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you for tomorrow's reading. Take care.